Hi friends, it's me again. I'm just wanting to introduce the next module. The next module is on controversial topics. You'll see below that there are 5 topics to pick from. I know they're not amazing, but pick the one that you feel like you can care about the most. Then what's going to happen is after you pick your topic, I need you to email me or send me a note through Canvas and let me know what topic you picked. Because I'm giving you guys 5 different topics to choose from, I want to make sure that the discussion boards are productive. So I've set up 5 different discussion boards for each topic. But I want to make sure that you are responding and are in the right discussion boards. And I'm kind of thinking about setting the journals up that way too. But for right now, the journals are just what they are. You will see on the next page that, or actually you'll see if you look at the list of the Module 3 list, that there are a ton of assignments. What I want you to do is I just want you to concentrate on the assignments for the topic you picked. Don't worry about trying to read all those other websites and all those other, just deal with the assignments for the topic you picked. That's it. None of these are easy topics. They can vary greatly in how warm or cold you feel towards it. The warmer you feel towards it, the more I want you to pick that topic. I know for many people that the idea of vaccines seems like a no-brainer. And if that's the case, leave that topic alone. But if you feel very passionately about the Trump presidency, I want you to pick that. And then I want you to become informed. I put in, for the websites that I want you to look at, I put in both pros and cons, fors and against. And I want you to watch or read or whatever that activity is for that website. I want you to really investigate it. Don't just skim it because you don't like it and it doesn't fucking feel good to you. Read all of it. In order to become well-informed citizens of this country, you need to know both sides. You don't have to like the other person's side at all. But you do have to acknowledge it. You do have to say, listen, this other side exists. And here's their argument. And here's why their argument doesn't make any sense. So what you're going to ultimately do is you're going to write an argument paper. And in that argument paper, you're going to need to address your side. What is it that you're looking at, right? If you are, bear with me, if you're pro-Trump, that's fine. That's fine. I have no opinion of that one way or the other. However, you need to explain why you're pro-Trump and why the other side, the non-pro-Trump, is not the way to go. And on the flip side of that, if you are not pro-Trump and you're just like, Trump, explain why you're not pro-Trump. And you have to look at the pro-Trump side. You have to look at the side that says that, maybe he's doing a good job. I don't know. Maybe he's not doing a good job. Either way, you have to be able to look at both sides. And you have to present both sides in an argument paper. If you don't do that, then you're not doing it justice. There are tons of topics that I am very adamant about, but I need to be able to argue both sides, right? So if I am pro-choice, right, I have to be able to argue pro-life also. Excuse me. I don't have to agree with it at all, but I have to be able to argue it. I have to be able to understand it in order to understand it enough to be able to argue it. I don't have to like it, but I have to be able to do it. Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm asking from you for this composition. Kind of asking you to see the other side and say, well, there's another side. In the discussion boards, I'm going to ask that regardless if you agree or disagree, you disagree politely. There are ways to say, I don't like what you have to say, without saying it like that. One of the ways that you can say, listen, I don't like what the fuck you're saying. You can say, I understand your perspective, and this is what I think this is the argument I think you're saying. However, have you considered? Or don't even say have you considered, because that's kind of a little bit wonky too. Maybe try something like, I hear what you're saying, and you have a valid point. Okay, that's the way you start. You have a valid point. I hear what you're saying, you have a valid point. However, I feel like, or it seems like, don't say I feel like, it seems like there may be a little over-justification or oversimplification, something of that nature. Don't use my words verbatim, by the way. But what I want you to do is I want you to consider that other person's perspective. You know, if you do disagree with them, validate that. Validate what they've said. Acknowledge it. One of the worst things in the world is to feel like you haven't been heard, you know? And we're in a discussion. We're in a discussion. Now, if you've been in a classroom with me before, you know how this works. I'm going to call out a couple of students, Tariq and Tony. Both of you guys have been in my class, I think at the same time, last semester. You know how this works. So this won't be anything new to you. However, if you've never taken a class with me before, this may be a little bit uncomfortable. And that's the point. It needs to be uncomfortable. Because we're too comfortable not saying anything, or we're too comfortable being overly aggressive. Both of these are not good places. So let's learn how to have an argument that is informative, knowledgeable, and doesn't necessarily aim to choose anybody's mind, but definitely tries to acknowledge the issues. All right, friends, I think I'm done. In case you didn't know, it's Sunday and I'm working, and I said I wasn't going to, but I start classes at Cerritos this week, so I'm working. All right, have a good night. Journals are due on Tuesday, discussions are due by Wednesday, and your compositions are due by next Sunday. Oh, one more thing before I forget, because I forget things. This doesn't really have anything to do with composition, this journal or this topic, but we're going to do conferences. And I need you guys to send me 3 times, like Monday at 4:30 p.m. or, you know, whatever it is for Monday or Tuesday. I need you to send me 3 preferred times that you're available for like a 10-15 minute on Canvas conference call, as it were. It's a teleconference, so what I'll be able to do is I'll be able to pull up your paper and we can go through your paper individually. But I want to do conferences Monday and Tuesday. So please, please, please let me know. I don't care if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, if it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Let me know your preferred times for Monday and Tuesday. Okay? And I will send out an announcement with the final rundown of the times. Oh, I need you to send those to me tonight, please. And I'll let you know tomorrow by tomorrow morning what we're looking at for conferences. Okay. Night.